Welcome to this webinar about student accommodation at Jönköping University. I'm your host, Charlotte, from the admissions office. And before we start, we're going to have some practical information. This webinar is being recorded and will be available on our YouTube channel in a few days. Once we've gone through our presentation, you will be able to ask questions in the Q&A function, not the chat function, the Q&A, and we'll go through that towards the end. You might get the answer to some of your questions during the presentation, so wait until the end to write your questions in the Q&A function. We understand that leaving home to come to a completely new place can be challenging, especially when you have to figure out where to live and things like that. So Jönköping University try to ease your way and ease your worries by offering guaranteed accommodation for our international students who have been admitted through the international round. So let's welcome our very esteemed Karin from our accommodation office.
Hi, thank you, Charlotte.
Yep.
So we will do a presentation. Should we do it right away?
Yes.
Yes.
We're going to do that. So I'm going to share my screen.
Perfect.
There we go.
So my name is Karin, and I'm the manager of the accommodation office. So you will meet me when you arrive in August. And you will also meet my staff, of course. So we can take the next slide here. We have some important dates to remember. We're still in the application process. You're not here yet. But you have to remember that accommodation application is open from now to May 25. And you should have received, or some of you will receive, an email with the login details, with the link where to apply and how to log in. And then you have all, then the application is stated, so you can just follow the information. When the application for accommodation is done, you need to confirm your guaranteed accommodation by register your arrival. And you do it on July 1 to 20. And you will, of course, receive an email when it's time, so you will not miss it. But if you haven't registered your arrival, you are not guaranteed accommodation. So it's important that you don't forget this step either. Then when you have applied and you have a place to stay, you will come here in August when the school starts, and we will offer a pickup service. It will be on August 21 to 24 from 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. And then we will meet you up at the bus and train station here in Jönköping, drive you to the university, and then also drive you to your accommodation. So when you fill in your registration of arrival, you can choose from different days that you should arrive. And I suggest that you make use of the service, because then you will have the best way to start here. Yes, next one. This is a little bit about which I told you about the process for the accommodation application. You will receive the login details. You will fill in the form, and you have 3 options for housing, which you can state. You can also state if you want to share with someone and if you want to share with a special person. But you will see that when you fill in the application. You will also receive like a confirmation message when the application is registered, so you know that everything is correct. And by the end of June, you will receive the email, which I talked about the registration of your arrival. And as I said before, note that this confirmation, this registration is like a confirmation for your application of accommodation. A lot of words, but it's important that you do that one because otherwise you will lose your guaranteed accommodation. So if you don't understand or if you don't know when you will get the email, and if you have any questions, you can just email us so you don't miss that part. And then we have the pickup service in August 21st to 24. It will start from bus and train station, which is called Resecentrum in Jönköping. And we will go from there to the university and then to your accommodations. If you arrive at Stockholm, Gothenburg, or Copenhagen airport, you have to take the bus or train to Jönköping. We will not meet you up in Stockholm, Gothenburg, or Copenhagen. You can see the information at the website, which you see here, how to get to Jönköping in the best and fastest way. So, as I said, staff from accommodation office will pick you up at the pickup point. You will see the signs when you arrive here. So just follow the signs and wait by the pickup point, and we will meet you there. Yes. Now we have some slides of the housing options which we have. So we have different options for you to choose from. This one is called Linsen. It's a shared accommodation, as you see, with a great view over the city. It's just a 10 minutes walk from university. It's like 300 meters from here. And at this accommodation, you share the kitchen and bathroom with 2 to 4 other students. And yeah, it's a quite new accommodation and very popular. And the next one, we have Kunskapsfabriken. At this accommodation, as you see, we took a picture of the laundry room here because it represents all the house that we have, because we have a very great laundry room where you can also chill out and do your laundry. So this is representing Kunskapsfabriken. Here you have your own apartment, but you can still use the common kitchen to meet friends and cook. We have a common area also on the first floor where you can hang out with friends. We also do events there for you students. We have Swedish fika and we celebrate Easter and Christmas and things like that. So if you want an accommodation with your own small kitchenette and your own bathroom and stay in your own apartment, this is the one. So we take the next one. Then we have Råslet. It's our largest accommodation area. It's a shared one where you share an apartment with 2 to 6 other students. You have your own room, but you share the other facilities. You also have a common house, a common activity house, a common building where you can meet friends for table tennis, parties, PlayStation, or they also have a free gym there. So this is a very popular accommodation. It's also quite cheap. And the buses will go like 5 times an hour from Råslet to university. It takes about, what can we say, 10 minutes, something like that. So we take the next accommodation. This is the Beta House. It's a dormitory in the city center. You have the closest to restaurants, grocery store, and the gym. And this is an accommodation where you can meet friends. You're quite... there are, let's see here, like 60, no, maybe 50 rooms, and you share kitchen with 10 to 12 other students. So you cook together, you play games together, and it's a quite family-friendly accommodation. And close to the school as well. 12 minutes by walk. Yeah. This is the Delta House. It's newly renovated, and we have 37 rooms. It's the nearest one to school. It takes 5 minutes to walk. You have your own room, but share the kitchen and bathroom with 10 other students. So they are divided into 4 floors. And it's also very nice, I think. You see more pictures on the website as well, so you can look there. this is Ekhagen accommodation. It's a studio apartment where you stay by yourself. You have your own bathroom, your own small kitchen. You have a common building where you have study rooms and you can have parties and you can just hang out. This is really near the shopping mall, and you can at the same time you have the nature just around the corner. On the winter you can also ski if you're lucky with the snow. So it's just nearby. So that's the accommodations which we have, and you see them all on the website. We will have the pictures also updated in a few days, so go in there and check and see which will suit you better. So, and then a little something about the accommodation guarantee. As an international student, you are guaranteed accommodation as long as you follow the process, and you will receive emails. You will not miss deadlines for the process. And we will do our best to provide one of your 3 housing options. It's not a guarantee that you will get one of the 3, but we will do what we can to provide it. As you follow the process, you are always guaranteed accommodation, so you will have somewhere to stay. And if you're, for any reason, will be arriving, even if you haven't, let's see here. Yeah, if you have registered for arrival and applied for accommodation and then decide or for any reason will not be able to come, let us know by email before July 20, because then we will be able to rent your booked apartment to another student, and you will not be you don't have to pay the cancellation fee. But if you tell us too late, then we might have to charge you for a cancellation fee, but hopefully we can give it to another student. This is also important due to the administrative process. We are not able to give you the information on where you will stay beforehand. We are working very close to your arriving with the placement, so that's why we can't give you the information, and we know that you of course want to know, but you have to wait until you arrive. What to bring then? You have to bring your own bed linens, towels, and personal belongings. You don't have to bring a duvet and pillow. At some accommodations, you have to buy your own cutlery, and some accommodations you don't have to buy it, but you see that on the website. All accommodations are furnished, so you don't have to bring any furniture. Yeah, as we said before, as a guaranteed student accommodation, you will have it as long as you have completed the steps for the application. Apply March 15 to May 25, and arrival registration July 1 to 20. That's the date you need to remember. And also how to get to Jönköping. Follow the link and you will go to our website, and there you have all the information you need. Pickup service, again, August 21 to 24, 8 p.m. to, 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yes. This is also important. The student accommodation is for students only. If you bring your family, then you have to arrange accommodation by yourself. You also have information clearly stated on the website. Note that it can be a bit difficult to find and rent an apartment if you don't have the Swedish personal number. So be on time to arrange accommodation for your family if you plan to bring them. Yeah, questions can be sent if you don't want to put them here. You can use the the address here. I can see Charlotte is pointing on it, at it. So use that one, and I will get back to you as soon as possible.
And more information on our websites.
Yes.
Accommodation, and also after admission, where you have a lot of good information
Yeah, and it's on the website. There are a lot of things to read there. I understand that, but do it because then you will be extra prepared when you arrive.
So let's see if we have some questions.
Yes.
And yes, we do. The first question is regarding this semester payment structure. Could you clarify how the payment is calculated? If one semester lasts 5 months and another lasts 6 months, do I still pay a fixed semester price, or does the total amount adjust based on the number of months? And how does it work with the summer months? If some summer months are free, does it mean the total cost for one semester is lower than for the other, or how does that work?
It depends on where you are going to stay. If you stay at Råslätt or Ekhagen, you have a monthly rent payment. But if you stay at the other accommodations, and I guess this is the question regarding them, you pay for one semester, one installment for one semester at a time. So for the autumn semester, you pay for 5 months, and for the spring semester, 6 months. And for the summer, for July, it's rent-free if you will be a student for the next semester as well, for the next year as well. So the rent has to be paid at the latest on August 31st when you arrive. But we will also give you all instructions when you arrive and show you the invoices.
If I stay in the accommodation for a full academic year, but decide to move to independent housing for my second year, will there be any cancellation fees, or how would it work?
You have to notify us 3 months before, or to the landlord if you stay at Ekhagen or Råslätt. Then you have the 3 months cancellation time. So if you want to move out in June, you tell us in March.
I thought of something, and that's how long is the rental agreement? Basically, I come in August, and then so
yes,
how long will I have my accommodation?
Yeah, you will have access to your accommodation from August 15. And then you can stay there until, if you're here for one semester, you can stay until December 31st. But if the contract is ongoing and you will be here for 1 year, then you can stay until June 30.
And if I'm here for 3 years?
Yeah, then you can stay here. If you will be a student, you can stay at your accommodation for the whole time. Yes.
Does it mean that the rent would be cheaper if we share a room with our other students?
No, the rent stated on the website is for one person.
How early is it possible to arrive if the pickup is on the
21st?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you mean in time?
Is it possible to come earlier than
Yeah, you can come from August 15, but I know August 15 is a Friday, and then we are closed for 16th and 17th, and then you can come on Monday again.
In the application, we can choose share bed or not. Does it mean one room, one bed to students, or what does it mean to share?
If you state that you want to share a bedroom, it's actually a shared bedroom with 2 beds in it. But it's often mistaken that you have your own, that you share the apartment. But if you state this one, you actually share the bedroom with another student. So that's good to know.
What about parking? Do we have to rent them, or what does it look like? For example, Råslätt.
Yeah, at most accommodations, including Råslätt, you rent the parking. The only accommodation you have free parking is Ekhagen, and at the other accommodations you pay for it. before you bring your car, I should say it's quite expensive to pay for the parking per month, actually. Yes, just for information.
How long does the payment take to process? I mean, for the housing accommodation. So when they arrive, how long does the payment take?
You will receive the invoice either upon arrival when you sign your rental agreement, or a few days after by email.
And then it depends on how you pay it. If you pay it by international bank transfer from your home country, it can take anywhere from 5 to 17 days to see the account.
So I suggest that you make the payment as soon as possible, and also the online bank transfer is the best way to pay, I guess.
Does applying earlier for certain types of accommodation secure me a front place in the queue?
No, we are waiting until all students has applied, and then we will arrange the accommodations.
Did I understand correctly that Beta and Delta have a dormitory for several people, so not a shared flat?
That's correct. It's a dorm.
It's a dorm.
They are a dorm.
Someone is asking, for those that, if they don't have the decision about their study permit, is it advisable to still apply for the accommodation?
Yes.
Yes. And also, if you haven't received the decision on your study permit when July 20th comes, you should still fill out the arrival form with a date you think you will be able to come, because then
fill in the approximate date. Yes,
they can contact you and change that, right?
Yes, absolutely. Yes. It's better to fill in something than nothing.
All right.
Yes.
So no matter what, fill out the arrival form, and then if things change, contact the accommodation and let them know.
Yes.
Yeah. Where can we check the prices? Well, on the website.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's clearly stated.
Someone is conditionally accepted. Basically, it's the final schooling wasn't completed when admitted, for example. Can I still apply for accommodation, and should I pay the fee?
You should pay the application fee, otherwise you will not be able to apply, if you mean the 850 Swedish kronor. And then you have to wait until the arrival registration and see what you need to do. But I suggest that you apply for accommodation if you might come here.
If I want to live on my own without roommate, should I leave the questions regarding roommate blank?
Yes.
Is house insurance mandatory? So home insurance.
We can't force you to have it, but we strongly recommend you to have it. Because if something happens, then it will be really expensive for you. And the home insurance, it's a cheap way to save you from trouble. So either if you check with your own insurance company and see if they have a comprehensive insurance which cover your stay here, or when you arrive, you can go to this local insurance company who will show you and sign up for insurance there. I think it's cost like 90 Swedish crowns per month. So that's a cheap way to feel safe. Otherwise, it will cost you if something happens.
Can I move to another accommodation in the next semester?
You can cancel your contract, but then you have to find housing by yourself. So if you want to move, you need to find an accommodation by yourself. We will not be able to move you to another accommodation.
If my parents are coming to visit for a few days during break and I have my own room, can they spend a night or two in my room?
Yes, they can do that. We usually say 1 to 2 nights, and it's good for if you contact accommodation office and just say that you will have a guest for those days, just for safety if something happens.
Fire hazard reasons.
Yeah, we need to know who to look for if something happens.
If we arrive by car, can we skip the arrival process? It's a nice service, which is greatly appreciated. However, we don't want to take too much of your time.
It's okay. You do what you need to do, but you have to come to the university to sign your contracts, your rental agreements, and then you can, of course, take your car to your new accommodation.
If I have my own furniture, like a bigger bed, is it possible to stow the bed away, which is the one that's already in the room?
No. Yeah, if you rent like a storage by yourself, you can do it, but we will not. We don't have a storage to do that.
If I come with my spouse, I assume I do not have to register for accommodation or arrival.
Yes, that's correct.
That's correct. Yeah.
We will not provide accommodation for family members.
Yeah. So then you don't have to.
No.
No, there's no point.
No.
Someone's relative, I don't know what it means by SO, is also going to study a remote only course with JU. Is there an option for a bigger room when both people are in the same room?
If you apply and state each other's names in the application that you want to share a bedroom, then we will give you a suitable room for that. But both of you have to be a student.
Yeah, and both of you have to be campus students.
Yeah, a full-time
only course, that's a distance course, so basically you're not supposed to
no.
be here at all.
No.
A distance education is meant to you stay in your own country and study online, and there are no mandatory meetings for
No.
for that program or those two programs. How tough is the housing market in Jönköping? Is finding a flat on my own reasonable as a non-Swedish citizen?
I would put it like this. I would recommend you to make use of the accommodation guarantee and apply for accommodation, at least when you arrive here, because it's quite difficult if you don't have the Swedish person number to sign a rental agreement as a foreign student. So I recommend you to use the accommodation guarantee, but then you maybe when you have stayed here for like half a year, you can find some place to stay by your own.
And if you're bringing family, then we can't help you, but so then you are going to have to find accommodation on your own. But on the website, Coming with Family, we do have a link to the student union's website where they have suggestions, for instance, Blocket and Facebook groups and things like that. So
yes,
it's possible to find accommodation anyway.
Yeah.
And we already said that it's not possible to change accommodation if you're not happy.
No.
And 15th of August is the earliest that you
Yes.
can access the accommodation.
Yes.
We had a question where, can I use the accommodation from 1st of August because I want to come 1st of August? Then no, then you have
No.
to find other Airbnb, hostels, things like that until 15th of August.
Yes.
We have someone asking, they have special needs due to a disability and they need quiet living. Is it possible to point that out to only share with one and not 5 other students in Linsen?
You can send accommodation office an email. If you have like a medical certificate, it would be great as well, because then we can see what we can do. Then we can have a discussion and see what we will find a suitable accommodation for you.
We have a question about, because one of our master programs, Master in Engineering Management, is a longer program than the other 1-year masters. This one actually ends in August.
Yes.
So in that circumstance, what fees, what's the rent like in that case?
Yeah, if you have this long program, you will receive an email in February something, asking if you need accommodation for your final weeks at JU. I know some of these students make the internship at other places, but if you want to have your accommodation until August 17, then you need to email us and you have to pay for that month, that extra month, and those extra 17 days. So it will be calculated, but we will give you all information if you let us know that you will stay for that time as well.
So with any questions like this, contact accommodation.
Yeah, do that, because it's a little bit different on where you stay.
Yeah. Does Ekhagen Common House also have a larger kitchen available for students, or does it have an oven, or does it only have the small kitchenettes?
They don't have a kitchen in the common house. You only have the small kitchenette.
Okay. How much is the monthly bus pass? Well, that's
Yeah.
We have that information. I don't know it off the top of my head, but there are student discounts, so it's somewhere around 570 something.
Yeah, I think so.
But the information can be found on the website after admission for the travel website as well. So travel to JU, that website has that information. The bus pass, where to buy it, and things like that. So lots of information in the after admission website. So check that out. Is the pickup only available from the 21st to 24th?
Yes.
Yes. So if you come after that, you need to make your own way to the campus and to sign your rental agreement, pick up your key, and then make your own way to the accommodation.
Yes, and usually we are available from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. After the pickup service. So on weekdays, like office hours. But if you don't know exactly when you will arrive, just send us an email when you know, and we can meet you up.
And the drop-in for accommodation is in our service center. So the staff there can also contact the staff at accommodation to ask to. So you go to the service center, you tell them who you are and that you want to talk to someone in accommodation, and they will call on someone.
I will be there.
Yes, Karin or her colleague.
Yeah.
Yeah. do our bank cards from other countries in Europe work the same in Sweden, or shall we do other cards when we arrive? Also, a cash user in general in Jönköping, or are cards more recommended? Well, a bank card that has a Visa or a MasterCard or a MasterCard, they work anywhere in Sweden as well. And Sweden is very much a cashless society. So it's only when you go to, for instance, grocery shopping, then you can pay with cash. A lot of restaurants and hairdressers and things like that, they only accept cards. So that information also is available on the after admission website. So lots and lots of information there. Would my family members be able to stay at my place for one night before they leave after I arrive?
Yes, one night should work.
How expensive is the parking at the accommodations, or some estimate like that?
I think it varies on where you live, but if you live in the city center and you want to pay and you want to park in the parking house, it's like, I guess, 1,000 Swedish kronors a month.
Yeah.
So that's what you need to know before you bring a car.
I already applied for accommodation, but if I change my mind, is it possible to revise my application? Oh, okay. So I made some choices, but I want to revise it. Is that possible?
Yes, you can log in and change it until May 25th.
Someone is asking more about the differences between the dorm and flat, like the delta, beta versus Linton, or
Yeah,
so what was it? Where's the Linton is?
At Linson you share with either 1 or 3 other students. At the Delta and the Beta house, you have a dorm. You stay several students sharing the kitchen and bathrooms. At Roslet, you share a flat with 1 to 6 other students. And at Kunskapsfabriken and Ekhagen, you have your own studio apartment.
If I arrive on the 15th, then earlier, will I still be escorted to my accommodation? Or is there another way to receive the key and room?
We will not escort you. You have to come to the service center at campus. We will be available until 3 that day. And then we will guide you to your accommodation, show you where to go by bus, or if you stay on walking distance.
Do students who want to find their own accommodation still have to fill in any kind of application, right? Like an arrival form? No.
No.
If you're not gonna apply for an accommodation through us, you also don't have to. What you should do is attend the mandatory roll call stated in your letter of acceptance. I would like to share my room with a certain student. Is it necessary for me to choose all 3 choices the same with that other student?
I would recommend you to do that because then you will get the most suitable housing option for you. So,
okay, so the student and their friend, they put the same choices in the same order.
Yes.
And they write each other's names as the person they want to share with.
Yeah.
And
share
they
the
both
bedroom
have
with.
to have to write the other person's name.
Yes.
Yes. Can we leave our stuff at the dorm before we leave for summer?
Yes, if you will come back for the next semester and stay at your accommodation, the dorm is yours, free to use. We will not enter your room during the summer or the Christmas break.
After we apply for accommodation, can we say no to the offer we receive, or or do we have to accept it after we apply?
If you apply and register your arrival, then you have agreed to sign the contract. So if you come here on the pickup days and you say that you don't want this accommodation, you still have to pay the cancellation fee. If you haven't told us before the July 20 that you don't want it.
My girlfriend got also accepted to the same program. What needs to be done to get into the same accommodation? Well, basically what we said before, right? Put the same accommodation choices in the same order and put the name of each other on the person I want to share with.
Yes.
Will we be able to apply for the local home insurance without the Swedish personal number?
Yes.
Because we kind of have an agreement with that insurance company.
Yeah.
That it's located here in Jönköping. It's a very local. It's a national, but with local chapters.
Yeah, so they have designed a special home insurance for international students.
Great.
Yeah, great.
Should we inform you every time we have a visitor, a relative or a friend staying over for a few days?
Yes.
If there's a serious problem between roommates, are there resources to solve it since one cannot change accommodation?
Yes, we will. We have my colleagues will be at the accommodations every day to just see if everything's okay, and you can speak to them. If you have any trouble with any of the other tenants, you tell us, and then we will help you to sort the situation out.
Is there a limit of luggage when it comes to the pickup service?
No, actually not. But we recommend you to have like 1 or 2 suitcases.
If you leave the roommate option blank, could you still end up having a roommate, or are you guaranteed to stay alone?
You're guaranteed to stay alone.
So if you don't want to share, don't put anything there. Just don't say
do
yes there. Okay, so the person who asked about their partner doing a distance education.
Mm-hmm.
What they're asking is, at times when the significant other is coming to visit, do I need to state that there will be 2 people in the room? Yes, and it
Yes.
could be a visit for a couple of days.
Yeah.
It's not like they can stay there for 2, 3, 4 weeks.
No, and not regularly either. It's like when you have your parents over or your friends, especially when you arrive the first day, you can have them staying there for 1 to 2 nights. It's also, if you stay in a dorm, you don't want other students' relatives being there, I guess, because it's not built for so many people.
Yeah. So if in this case where the partner is also studying but not studying a campus course, when they come to visit, you should prepare that maybe you start out with a student accommodation, but try to find your own accommodation so that your partner can come and stay for longer periods.
Yes.
Right. And again, it's possible to get to the accommodation on the 15th of August, but you will close at 3 o'clock that day.
Yes.
Then it's a Saturday and Sunday, not going to be open. So on the 18th will be open again. So then it's possible to contact you during the business hours.
Yes. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday we will be open from 9 to, or we will be available from 9 to 3, and then the pickup will start on Thursday.
What if we want to share the same apartment but not the same room? Someone has a friend, they want to share an apartment but not room.
Yeah, it's not, you will not be able to state that in the application. You can send us an email, but we will not guarantee that we will be able to provide that solution for you.
Here's a question, if it's possible to bring a pet.
No.
Then you have to arrange for accommodation on your own. If you want to bring pets or family, you have to figure out accommodation on your own.
That's correct.
Are all accommodations mixed gender?
Yes, but if I should say they are mixed gender, but at Linsen and Råslet, where you share flats, they are not mixed. But where you have a dorm, it's mixed.
Can people from other accommodations use the gym at Råslet?
No.
Is there a possibility the rooms get shared if there's a high number of students?
Only if you have stated that you can share a room.
We don't force anyone to share.
No.
Is it, do we have to pick 3 options or can we just pick 2 options?
You have to pick 3 options.
Is it possible to visit our friends in other accommodations without informing you, just by hanging out for a few hours to study to get yes?
Of course. We don't want to prevent you to have fun.
No.
It's just for safety when you have guests.
And yes, if your studies are for 2 years or 3 years, you can keep that same rental agreement for the entire study time. So it's up to you if you find another place to live. That's when you have 3 months to let us know. But otherwise, the whole time that you're studying.
Yes. It's also important to keep your accommodation. You need to study at least 15 credits per semester.
All right. So we want to thank everyone for attending this webinar. Thank you for your questions. If you have further questions, do check the website for accommodation for after admission. And then if you have further questions, you can contact accommodation@ju.se. So from Karin and myself, we say thank you, and we hope to see you all in August.
Yes. Bye-bye.